Hey, this is Joe Cash, and this isn't just a peace sign and a number 5. This is video number 7. So again, put a little thumbnail to you so you know where you want to go in the videos. Hey, in video 6, um, I don't know. I can't talk about King David enough when we talk about worship. If you're gonna, if you're gonna study the life of anybody, in regards to worship, I hope it's King David. He was a lifelong, passionate pursuer of the heart of God, and of all the mistakes he made, he's still the only one in the Bible called a man after God's own heart. And beloved, that's a good goal to reach after, is become a man and a woman after God's own heart. So this is video 7. I talked a little bit about time signatures and strumming a little bit in the last video, but what I'm going to do in this one is show you a few ways to use technology. If you don't, I encourage you to get yourself what's called a metronome. And a metronome is a way that we keep time. Any of you who took, my wife used to have one of those real fancy ones for piano that actually rocks back and forth. But, there's a few things that are cool, in regards to technology. As I told you, whether it's an Android phone or an iPod or iTouch or iPad or whatever your form of technology is, there's some neat things you can get as far as apps. And one of them, right now, I'm on my iPod Touch. Yeah, there's my iPod. There's my beautiful wife. She's the first thing I get. Oh, I can't see it, so kind of wide out. But anyway, let me unlock that. And there was an app. Where did it go? Some of them are apps just for guitar chords, which, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's great. You're going to learn a lot of good things here, but there are a lot of great apps you can get for, building your knowledge of different types of chords. But this one particular app on my iPod is called Gig Baby. How you like that? Gig Baby. So I'm just going to press on that. And it's really neat because it gives you some different feels as to what I call rhythms, and I just really like it. I mean, we were talking about 4/4 and 3/4 and all that stuff, but there's a series of things that sometimes you just want to listen to different rhythms to kind of get some different feels. Okay, I mean, it could be blues, it could be country, 12-bar blues. I mean, cha-cha-cha. I mean, there's a lot of neat things. And so, open yourself up. This one's got funk, it's got hip hop. I mean, lots of different rhythms. And I just think it's cool to kind of, give yourself a good mixture of them all. I mean, a 12-bar blues, which is 4/4 timing. Let's see if this one comes in. I don't hear anything coming out. But anyway, lots of good ones. I mean, something that just gives you different feels. If you have an Android phone, just look under music and different things like this. And Android, I know there's one called like Guitar Robot or something like that, and I think it's free. But just a lot of neat things, and utilize them. Utilize them and just listen and remain open. I like stuff like this because it doesn't have any words to it. It just gives you the feel of, you just get some different feels, and it builds your repertoire of different rhythms. But in the beginning, for this course, we're going to still stick with 4/4 and 3/4. And when I talk about this too, we need to talk about picks a little bit. Picks come in different gauges, okay? And it really is important to know this, especially for like rhythm guitar. This is a lighter gauge. This is like what I call, not what I call, the pick calls a .38, which is a lighter gauge type pick. Then there are smoother picks. This one's like a 56 right here. And then we've got, these are two of my favorite because they've got grips on them. I don't know if that's showing up or not, but anyway, this one's the 38, This one's like a, I think it's a 60. Excuse me, it's called a Flex 50. So the stiffer the pick is, the less work you're going to have to use as far as just strumming the string itself. The thinner it is, the faster you can move in rhythms. It won't sound as loud, but it gives you more control over faster strumming patterns. The thicker it is, the less you're going to have to work. So in the beginning, I mean, I probably would recommend this 50 over a 38. So when I hold the pick, when I hold this, I've got my, you can see here as far as my hands in regards to pinching. Pull this back a little bit. So there's my biological rhythm machine over there, which is Luke Cash. You heard him yesterday. But if you put your thumb on the top and point the thing back towards yourself, I'm not doing too good at finding this, but pointing it back to yourself, it is wonderful, and it's got a little grip, and you just want to kind of work on going the wrong direction. Okay, so when I'm just strumming, no, actually we won't even have to strum. We'll just strum, strictly strum. Excuse me. I'm going to finish this one out right here for you. It's just for our 4/4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just take and lightly strum those strings. You can use your wrist. Kind of a no more of a 90-degree angle. Go straight forth, back and forth. Point it to you. Just practice doing that lightly. A little heavier, but start out light. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the 3/4s, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Has more of a waltz type feel, but that's just some basics of just holding the pick, feeling comfortable with it. Keep it pointed toward yourself and just lightly where it glides over the strings. So you just want to keep a good grip, firm grip, but not too tight where you feel like you're just trying to kill the pick. But keep it gliding. Just think of gliding. And I'm going to end video 7. This was a shorter one, but that's going to get us going. We're going to, well, I'm going to say this briefly. There are some chords that just sound better together, and in the progression of chords, for some reason, if I say 1, 4, 5, what I'm talking about is like in the key of C, which we're going to cover here in just a minute. There's the key of C. The first chord is going to be what? Of course, it's going to be C. So we got C, D minor, E minor, F, which is the number 4, okay, 4 chord, and then G is number 5. So the 1, 4, and 5 of any progression just sounds good together. So what you want to do is take the 1, 4, and 5 of your favorite harmonized progressions and begin to work with those. Use that as a starting point. You know, look at all your harmonized chord progressions, but the 1, 4, and 5 just sound really good, and they're good to just practice with. You know, like in C, which I'm going to get, of course, a lot better into it. Where you got at C, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now Now what I did here is basically just a 1-4-5, which is C, F, and G. But pick the 1-4-5 in your favorite chord progressions and go through those and practice the basic strumming patterns. And remember, clarity before speed. Hey, this is Joe Cash. This is video 7. And guess what? It's going to get exciting because we're going to come right back into some harmonized chord progressions. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you. I'll see you real soon.